Hi there. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome anyhow if it's the first time you see me. Today I'm going to make a video about replacing the U-joints here in this drive shaft. Maybe you ask yourself why. There are already plentiful of videos about that, and I have watched a lot of them, and that is one of the reasons I think there is room for yet another video on this issue. What I see is people struggling a lot just to remove it, and they put a whole lot of effort into it. This is a very basic operation. I worked as a mechanic some 30 years ago, a larger company which has a possibility to send employees to training course. The drivetrain or powertrain course starts with a very basic operation, how to replace the U-joint. That is a very basic operation, very basic knowledge. Yet we see people struggle with it. Okay, I'm going to do it here on my vise. We need some tools. Very old hammer, screwdriver, and occasionally I use a brass hammer and wire brush and maybe some rust solvent. As a mechanic, this operation is something that should take some 10 minutes, not more, or 8, maybe 6 minutes. If you want to make some money on it, you better do it in half that time, and then you can drink a coffee. And we shouldn't hammer like a madman on the bearing cups. We should just hammer on the right place with a good firm strike, and you will see what happens. They will pop out. And now let me move the camera. I will first start by applying some of this lubricant. One of the most tricky part is to remove these locking rings. Usually they fly far away, goes into orbit, sometimes, I don't know, on the way to China. And this can be one of the most tricky parts of this operation. One, two, three, one is left here. That went flying, but not so far. They are all removed. Now comes the interesting part, where I promised I'm going to remove it in 15 seconds. I'm not going to hammer on the bearing cup, on the cross, with any tools or anything. I'm going to hammer here, and with this as a reaction, it's going to pull the cross up, and this bearing cup is going to pop out, literally. And it needs to be supported in a good way, not like this, not this, but like this. That's a good support. Let's see. Start your clocks. So, old cross and these cups went flying somewhere. Well, let's clean these other parts. Now we are going to install the new cross here, and this one is a little bit rusty. It's got some surface rust to it, but it's an old one made in US. I think it's a good quality stuff, so I use it even if it's got some rust. The larger screwdriver to scoop up some more grease. I don't want the needle bearing to fall in there, so I use a little bit more grease to keep them in place. Let's start with this one. We take a cup, some grease here, just about that, not more. Just like that. Take the cross, pull it in this direction, use the cross as a guide, and then with our little brass hammer we pull the cross up a little bit to give a good guidance to our next bearing cup. The next one. Same thing here, we pull the yoke down, the cross comes up a little bit and give a good guidance to the next bearing cup. There you have it. Now we need to hammer this a little bit more. There we have it. One. Two. Three. There it went. So, there you have it. It's all done, it works. All the snap rings are there. It's done. I don't know about the time now, but for sure I think we have some time left for a coffee. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.